Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for stepping this side. I appreciate you. Today I will be cooking, and it's on the 21st of March, Human Rights Day. We are not going anywhere. It's Mambara weekend, or Mambara week, if we may call it that. So I'm going to start with my breadsticks, which is going to be 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt into a clean bowl. I started by grating a cheese, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of yeast. Mix that together, combine that until it is well combined, and I am going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. It doesn't have to be brown sugar. I use brown sugar, but you can use white sugar or honey, anything that you feel like. And the cheese, I'm eyeballing it, guys, but if I was to measure it, I will say it is pressed 1 cup of cheese, grated cheese. And I will be adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I will be adding water bit by bit. The correct amount, it is 2 cups, but you will start by adding bit by bit of the water up until you get to the consistency that you want it to be, and combine that together up until it is well combined. I hope you guys had a fabulous holiday, and then that you had fun. I know that it was a day before the shutdown. One thing that I will say is that it was lovely on this day to be able to do everything that I wanted to do without having to worry about electricity. And it was a very chilled day for us as a family. We didn't go anywhere. So this was an afterthought, actually. After I had mixed everything and I transferred it onto a counter surface, I thought, I think I could add a bit of onion and garlic powder and parsley into the dough, and it will smell good on top of the cheese. So I did that, kneaded that a little bit. I didn't knead it too much because I'm going to use my lazy method. If you've been here, you know I've got a lazy method of making a dough. So now I'm going to start on my first dip while my dough is proving. These are the sun-dried tomatoes. Obviously, I bought them in Fortsburg. They are going to be slightly darker. They're not going to be bright red, because I do think that they buy from small scale farmers. They're probably using like when you would take your tomatoes and put them on the sun yourself and see how they're going to come out. So I am adding seasoning of my choice, and I added olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and I added yellow salt. My spices there, it's paprika, onion and garlic powder, thyme and basil, and I'm going to add half of red onion, and I'm going to add half of the lemon juice. But as I was finishing it up, I ended up putting the other half. So what I'm doing here is just to make sure that the sun-dried tomatoes actually absorbs the flavors before I blend them together. That's what I'm doing at this point. And it was a beautiful day, guys. Beautiful day. And I'm adding a couple of garlic cloves. Guys, if I was to tell you the truth, every single time when my family asks me what are we having, I would say I don't know. And the truth of the matter is I don't know. Even when I was making this, I knew that I wanted to create some form of a platter. I had ideas, but I wasn't really sure what I was going to make. I wasn't really sure how it was going to come out. So for me personally, when I see these things, especially it's now since I'm taking the videos, I'm forever grateful, because it actually gives me a space where I can go back and check these things out again. So I'm going to blend these together, all of them. You can see that it is, if you're going to use the sun-dried tomatoes from the store, means your mainstream store, they're going to be bright red. Therefore your dip is going to be so nice. So as you can see, I just added a little bit of the leftover, the other half of the lime, and I added a little bit more of the olive oil. So I don't have a recipe that I follow. I just know that I can take 1, 2, 3 and then create 1, 2, 3, and in my mind I envision the outcome, and sometimes it comes out the way I envisioned it. Sometimes it does not, but that's okay. That's how you learn how to cook, So this is the final product. Once it is blended, I'm still going to add a little bit of oil, balsamic vinegar, the things that I feel like I need to add a little bit more, and it was delicious. I thought my family were going to be put off by it because it was slightly dark, so I added a little bit of red wine vinegar because I felt like it needed a little bit, a bit of a more kick, but it was delicious. I thought my family won't like it because it was dark, but actually they enjoyed it. It was delicious. So, and it was my first time doing it, so they kept asking, what is this? It's delicious. So this one is my favorite. The reason I say it's my favorite is because I use this as a dressing as well for my salad. I use this as a dip, and I also use it as a dressing. It's yogurt, grain mustard, parsley, chili flakes, onion powder, olive oil, and red wine vinegar, and what else did I forget? But you can see these are my normal spices, guys. Normal spices. So that's what I'm going to be adding. And you know why I love it? It is so fresh. It's cold. It's cold, and when you dip the crackers there, it's delicious. I sound like my son when he says something is delicious. So my lazy way of making bread is this: you let it proof, and then you're gonna beat it down, knead it a little bit, and let it proof for another hour. So if I have time, I would do this twice. I would mix my dough, knead it for 3 to 5 minutes, put it in a bowl with a bit of olive oil, and then once that is done, then I would let it proof for 1 hour, and then I would beat it down, knead it again for like 3 to 5 minutes again, let it proof, and beat it again. And then the last time would be when now I'll be shaping it into what I want it to be. But this time around, I only let it proof for 2 hours, which means I needed it at the beginning and I needed it after 1 hour, and then the second hour, after the second hour, then I shaped it into what I wanted it to be. The fries, guys, you guys know how I make them. I still have coated chips. We love them, but on this day I wanted non-coated, hence I bought a couple of of potatoes to make chips for us for the day for dinner. And I decided to give myself a break and have a cup of tea with scones. This was actually our breakfast on that day. I didn't want us to have anything heavy because I was cooking, so something light, so that the what do you call, the appetite will not be lost. That's what we did. So my dough is ready, and I'm going to knead it, roll it, and cut it into strips, which we will then make breadsticks from. I will show you guys how we are going to do that. I'm sorry about the background, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. By the time they finish, my neighbors contractors finish working, it will be already late for me to do the voiceover. So kindly bear with me. I don't know. I don't want to drive out to just go and do a voiceover. I feel like it's crazy. But I think if this maybe in the next couple of few videos I might have to do that, but that will mean that I have to shoot a lot of videos, like maybe a weekly video, so that when I do go out, I can just go for entire day to do voiceovers, But this is how I make my breadsticks. I roll the dough, and then once it's done, and then I cut them into strips. Then I fold them in half and I start twisting them. Then I bake them at 180 until they are golden brown. They are so delicious, guys. This is something that I think even kids can enjoy. If you eat pork or you love bacon, you can add crispy bacon bites onto this, and I think your kids will love it. It was so delicious. It was a hit in my house. So how did you guys spend your holiday? How was it? Did you enjoy? Did you go out? Did you guys participate in the marches? How did you guys spend that 2 days? I'm curious. I'm curious on how it went. For us, it was just a relaxing weekend. On Saturday we went home, and we did to and fro, and then we had a funeral. My husband aunt, his late uncle's wife passed on, so we went home and we went and came back on the same day. And Saturday we just chilled. Monday chilled. And then on Tuesday we were like, yeah, it's our day now. you know. I told them last week. I said can we have a date on Tuesday, you know. That was even way before. That's my crazy Sunday. That was a way before we even knew that we were going to have electricity. So I asked them for a date, and they honored, and you know, we had a wonderful day. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like as I grow old, I enjoy simple life living. I enjoy being at home more. I don't make a fuss about going out, and I think plus I don't have friends. The older I get, the less I'm interested into keeping friends, because people are not genuine these days, guys. It's very difficult to find people that are genuine, and sometimes even when someone tries to get close, I pull away a bit, because I haven't had the best of luck when it comes to friends, you know. I've been disappointed way too many times, where I'm choosing my peace in a sense. So yeah, so in my bowl I just added provitas, crackers, almonds, olives, and I'm adding the breadsticks there. That's going to be the platter. Then in the middle I'll be adding the dips, you know. So we've already made the 2 dips. We've made the sun-dried one, and we made the yogurt one. Now we are making the cheese one. The cheese one is butter. It's 1.5 tablespoon of flour. I started with a cup of milk. My butter burned a little bit. My stove was on high, therefore it was a bit brownish, which is okay because I'm making a cheese sauce anyway, so it's going to be yellowish. But I would have loved for it to be, you know, not to be bent. But this is what we started. So I started with 1 cup, then it wasn't enough. I added about half a cup still, but as we go on you'll see I still added more. So I would say I used 2 cups all in all, or at least 450 ml of milk is the same measurement that I used the other day, because I realized that the spoon that I used this time was bigger than the one that I used last time. So another thing, I've never made a cheese sauce from Gouda or do the processed slices. I always use cheddar. So as it was delicious, very delicious. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I got the taste that I wanted, but it wasn't giving the, you know, when you put some, when you make a cheese sauce and it's like I don't know how to do it. Like when you pull that thing up, let's say you make a sandwich and grilled sandwich, cheese grilled sandwich, when you pull it apart, then it's, how do I put it, that thing, that gooiness. The processed slices did not give me that, but I wanted to use them anyway because they were the leftovers from the breakfast meals that I made the other day. When I make breakfast and something is left, it won't be used for a month or 2 months, because already there's breakfast in the freezer. So I will not be buying bread, you know, for me to use it. So this was a way for me to use it, to at least try and use half of it, but I was happy with how it came out. So this is part of the dip for my platter, and I added chilies, lots of it. It was delicious. It was delicious. So the cheese sauce is part of the platter dips, and it's also going to be part of the dinner, which we're going to dip our chips in, or we will pour the chips on top, whichever way. But I'm just cooking everything now so that we can rest. This is the final product of my platter, and it was nice. We had that while we were watching movies, series, the better part of the day, the afternoon up until night. Guys, we have never rejoiced so much for electricity. Can you believe it? This can't be normal, but yes, this is how my platter looked. It came out exactly how I wanted it. It wasn't too much, and it wasn't blank, or it wasn't, I don't know what to call it, but it came out exactly how I wanted it. And the chips as well, I was happy with how they came out. You know how we do it. We cut them, we boil them, and deep fry them, and they come out very delicious. So later on, I'm going to pour the cheese sauce. I'm going to warm the cheese sauce onto a microwave, and I'm going to pour it on top of the chips. That's going to be our side. But in the meantime, I'll pour the cheese sauce that I think is sufficient in a bowl. Then I will cover it with a cling wrap, and the rest I'm going to put it in a container and put it in a fridge. We'll see when we use that. And Theo Bright, the meat for us. He's a braai master in this house, and that's going to be our protein. So our side will be the chips with the cheese sauce, and then we will have that with braai meat. And then for lunch we had the platter, and then for breakfast we had tea and scones. This was how our day went, what we ate on that day, and it was a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching.